Welcome to the Bare Metal Cyber Security Plus podcast. This series helps you prepare for the CompTIA Security Plus exam with focused explanations and practical context. For a companion study guide, check out the Achieve CompTIA Security Plus 701 Exam Success by Dr. Jason Edwards. It is the most concise and complete Security Plus guide on the market, built for busy professionals who want to pass the exam fast and on their first try. You can find this book and others at cyberauthor.me. The internet is both a critical resource and a persistent threat. Users depend on it to work, learn, and collaborate, but attackers use it to distribute malware, steal credentials, and manipulate behavior. That's why web filtering and content security are essential components of a modern security strategy. These tools help organizations control which websites users can visit, what content is allowed, and how web-based threats are blocked. In this episode, we explore agent-based and centralized proxy filtering, URL scanning and categorization, and reputation-based filtering with custom block rules. Let's begin with agent-based and centralized proxy filtering. Both methods are used to inspect, manage, and control web traffic, but they take different approaches. Agent-based filtering uses endpoint software installed on each user's device. These agents intercept web traffic locally and enforce policies such as blocking certain URLs, filtering content categories, or logging browsing behavior. The advantage of agent-based filtering is that it works regardless of the user's location. On campus, at home, or traveling, as long as the agent is active, policies are enforced consistently. Agent-based filtering is especially useful in remote work environments, where users may not always connect through a corporate virtual private network. It also provides device-level visibility and can enforce unique policies based on the user or device type. However, agent-based filtering requires software deployment and ongoing maintenance. It must be compatible with all supported platforms, updated regularly, and protected against tampering. Performance may also vary based on device resources and network conditions. Centralized proxy filtering takes a different path. In this model, web traffic is routed through a central proxy server, either hosted on premises or delivered as a cloud service. The proxy inspects and filters traffic before it reaches the internet. Policies can be applied by group, role, or network segment. This method provides strong control and simplifies policy management, especially for large networks. The main benefit of centralized proxy filtering is efficiency. Traffic flows through a single point, making it easier to monitor, block, or log web activity. It's also easier to scale, apply updates, and enforce global policies. However, centralized proxies may struggle to enforce rules when users are off-network, unless paired with additional tools like virtual private network tunnels or lightweight agents. Proxies also introduce latency and may interfere with applications that use encrypted or non-standard web protocols. Let's explore a real-world example. A global consulting firm uses agent-based filtering on all employee laptops. Regardless of whether staff are in the office, at a client site, or working from home, the agent enforces a uniform web policy, blocking known malicious domains, restricting access to personal email during work hours, and logging all web activity. The company complements this setup with a cloud-based proxy to filter corporate office traffic, giving them layered control over both local and centralized connections. Now let's turn to URL scanning and content categorization. Not all websites are dangerous, but some are clearly riskier than others. URL filtering works by classifying web content into categories such as gambling, social media, adult content, or known malware distribution. Based on those categories, organizations can allow, restrict, or block access. This not only protects users from threats, but also enforces acceptable use policies and preserves productivity. Modern URL filtering systems maintain large databases of categorized sites and regularly scan new URLs for classification. When a user requests a website, the filtering system checks the URL against its database and applies the appropriate policy. In many cases, systems also scan page content in real time, looking for keywords, scripts, or payloads that indicate malicious intent. Let's take a practical scenario. A school district deploys URL filtering to protect students and staff. Social media and gaming sites are blocked during class hours, while educational resources are prioritized. One afternoon, a student attempts to visit a phishing website disguised as a scholarship application page. The URL filter flags the domain as newly registered and uncategorized, then blocks access and notifies the security team. After investigation, the domain is added to the school's permanent block list. URL filtering also plays a critical role in stopping phishing attacks. Many phishing emails include links to malicious websites that steal credentials or deliver malware. When users click these links, URL scanners can intercept the request, recognize the threat, and block the page before any damage is done. This protects even users who fall for a phishing message, adding an important backstop to email filters and awareness training. Let's now move to block rules and reputation-based filtering. Block rules are custom policies that deny access to specific domains, Internet Protocol addresses, or URL patterns. They're used to enforce high-risk restrictions, respond to emerging threats, or customize default category behavior. For example, an organization might choose to block all traffic to file-sharing websites or deny access to domains registered within the past 7 days. Reputation-based filtering adds a dynamic layer to this process. Instead of relying solely on static rules or categories, reputation systems assign risk scores to websites based on behavior, history, hosting patterns, and threat intelligence. These scores are updated constantly, allowing organizations to block sites that appear suspicious, even if they haven't been categorized yet. This approach helps defend against fast-moving threats. Many malicious sites are short-lived, spun up for a day or two, used in a phishing campaign, then discarded. Reputation systems detect these sites based on real-time analytics, domain age, SSL certificate anomalies, or associations with known threat actors. Let's walk through another real-world example. A law firm receives a targeted phishing email with a link to what appears to be a secure document-sharing platform. When a user clicks the link, the URL filter checks the domain's reputation score and finds it associated with recent malware campaigns. The system blocks access, flags the event, and sends an alert to the security operations team. The attack is stopped before any data is exposed. Creating effective block rules requires coordination. Security teams should regularly review logs, monitor emerging threats, and fine-tune rules based on evolving risk. Integration with threat intelligence feeds can automate much of this work, ensuring that policies remain current without excessive manual effort. Block rules should be documented, reviewed periodically, and adjusted to strike the right balance between security and usability. To summarize, web filtering and content security tools protect users by controlling how and where they interact with the Internet. Agent-based filtering enforces policies on individual devices, while centralized proxies apply consistent controls across the network. URL scanning and content categorization allow organizations to block dangerous or inappropriate content, while reputation-based filtering and block rules provide real-time defense against evolving threats. Together, these tools reduce risk, improve compliance, and support responsible Internet use. For the Security Plus exam, be prepared to answer questions about how proxy filtering works, how URL filtering and content categorization are implemented, and how reputation systems support dynamic web defense. Expect scenario-based questions involving phishing mitigation, policy enforcement, and filtering architecture. Review terms like deny list, allow list, forward proxy, URL reputation, and content category. They're all exam-ready and relevant in real-world environments. Thanks for joining us for this episode of the Bare Metal Cybersecurity Plus podcast. For more episodes, tools, and study support, visit us at baremetalcyber.com. And before you take the test, make sure to check out the practice questions in the book Achieve CompTIA Security Plus SY0-701 Exam Success by Dr. Jason Edwards. They cover every domain and are a powerful way to lock in your knowledge.